Hi there.
Hey, we're back. My name's Emily Hazard, and this is Kat Larson. We're real estate agents at Keller Williams, Greater Seattle. And today,
Yeah, today's episode is going to be really cool. It's super unique. We've not done any episodes like this so far, but it's really, it just feels really like true for us on brand to be talking about this in the way that we tie something that's like relevant energy wise to the real estate market. So tell us what we're going to talk about today.
we're going to talk about cosmic connections. So, if you follow my podcast, you will know that I am big into the galaxies and the stars and what's happening and how it affects us emotionally. So, coming up, we have the spring equinox, which is actually when it becomes more light than dark. So that's
Yeah.
kind of when we're moving out of winter and into the light.
Yeah, and this is relevant to be talking about in the scope of real estate because we actually see that manifested in the markets. We actually see that energy really come to life. People really kind of reinvigorate themselves in a lot of ways. You hear spring cleaning, spring forward, like there's all of these aspects to spring that bring about new life. And so we thought this was a great way to connect these two things. Where should we start?
Yeah, I think that in the wintertime we see most people are hibernating, they're kind of taking time to themselves and resting. And when the planets start to move, we do definitely feel this shift in energy. And so that is what I'm hoping. And as the spring equinox starts, we also go from this watery Pisces energy
Yes, I love when she talks about this.
into this like fiery Aries energy. And we who follow the zodiac, and you can be one of those people too, yes,
Come along.
believe that the new year really begins on March 20th because that's when Aries season begins and that's the first zodiac sign. So that's the beginning of the cycle. So if it feels like some of those New Year's resolutions haven't really come to fruition, you've had these ideas that you've been ruminating on but you don't know how to take action, I think that really comes to us cosmically as our energy shifts and as the planets shift.
Yeah, and then I'll speak on the homeowner aspect of it. If you feel like you've been like a delay of game or a late start or just a failure to launch in some kind of way, you're actually right on time. There's no accident there, right? That's the cosmic energy shift we're talking about where we're coming out of that darker kind of lazy-ish hibernated kind of state of mind and we're shifting into this brighter, energetic, refreshing, invigorating place that allows us to capitalize on some of that energy that we've been reserving. So it's time to move. Things are
Yeah.
happening now.
And inventory starts to pick up. If you look at some of the seasons that we have in real estate, spring season is the hottest season.
Yeah.
And that's because we've got this fire energy. We're ready to go. We're ready to kind of lock in before the summer comes.
Yeah, my favorite thing about spring is that you have product. You have a lot of inventory. You have two things happening. You have like peak season for sellers, like they know spring market is when people are coming out of
Yeah.
woodwork. So they're ready to list their house. They're putting it on the market. So I love that my buyers have inventory to look at, but my sellers are also going to get probably the best price of the year in the springtime for their home. Like because people are more willing to get competitive and take some healthier risks to get that perfect home because they've been waiting on the sidelines. So once it's there, they're ready to act on it.
Yeah, and I think another piece of that is that Jupiter has been retrograde in Cancer and it recently just came out of retrograde. And Jupiter likes to move really slow. So when we think about from November until March of this year, we've been kind of manifesting these goals about home.
Hmm.
We've been popping up these ideas about expansion, but finding the energy to get from one point to the next has just not been there. And
Okay.
then all of a sudden, one day you'll feel like, oh, damn, I'm ready.
Yeah.
This
Like,
is it.
yeah, that's so exciting. Like it puts a smile on my face because I've been working with people who are feeling like it's just not there yet. It's just not there
Yep.
yet. Like the urgency isn't there. The perfect house isn't there. Like we're just missing it. Like it's just not quite there. And it feels like something's snapping awake right now. Like
Yep.
literally within these minutes that we're talking about it. So it's like right on point with the energy, like with the cosmic shift that we're talking about in this episode, that I see it manifesting like real time in that housing market, like people who are searching for homes right now.
Jupiter's all about safety, and Cancer is all about home and manifesting security. So, as it left its retrograde, we're going to start feeling like, hey, this is something that I might be able to do. But then Saturn jumps into Aries. And like I said before, Aries is that fire
Yeah.
energy. And so, all of a sudden, this something that I like to do becomes, dang it,
This is really important.
this is it. And it's
Yeah.
the fire horse. So people are like,
Oh, that's the fire horse, yeah.
galloping forward.
With energy, with like some gusto. What I also hear is like positioning yourself for action. So this is where picking up the phone and reconnecting with the lender that maybe you flirted with one time, or like actually setting the appointment with your agent to go start the home tours, like refining that search history. I hear all of that, and I also hear I want a little bit more than like just a box with four walls. I want the sanctuary. I want
Yeah,
the
I want something that I can spend hours in and host events at. And
yeah. Yeah, I love that. What I hear it when I hear like that domestic security piece, again, it's not just like the drywall that I live inside of. It's like the garden space. It's the
mhm.
neighborhood. It's where the cars park when they're coming over for Thanksgiving. Like it's the whole sanctuary, not just like can I put my bed in this room and I can sleep here, I can wake up and go to work and come back here. Like there's a lot more to that picture that people are hungry for
And I
right
think
now.
that picture kind of starts to come into play as these planets move into activation. And I'm super excited to just see how this affects all of us.
Oh
Like
yeah.
how it affects you and I, and also our clients who are out there shopping, because I think this year is going to be huge. I mean, the headlines have been crazy already, and we're only 3 months in.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely no lack of headlines. There's action happening all the time. We've got rates here and then back here very quick. And so this isn't a market that rewards laziness or accidents, right?
Right.
Nothing feels accidental right now. It does feel very like divine timing, like everything is moving into motion that was kind of always aligning since we've been waiting for this energy shift to happen, right? Can you talk to us? Because this is where I like to geek out. If you can talk to us, like where the signs are affected by these big three elements that we're kind of flirting with and dancing around right now.
First sign we're going to go through are your fire signs, and they're totally going to feel this, especially Aries, because this is their season. So they're going to get this boost or ignition into the system, and they're probably going to be better suited for bidding words. Like
Yeah,
they're
definitely.
ready to go in, and they want to go in high, and they know what it's going to take.
Yeah. So your fire signs, just to recap, you have your Aries, your Leo, and your Sagittarius, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yep. And then in earth signs, we've got Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And I am a Virgo moon. So Venus is moving into Taurus on the 30th of March. So you guys are really looking for your value. You might be looking for something that might need a little bit of TLC, but you have the artistic abilities to do it.
Love it.
Because you're feeling that fire inside of you.
Okay.
And Virgo, you're going to want to use that post equinox, which is after the 21st, to try and start some of those projects that maybe you've had on the back burner. Maybe you had them started, but you didn't finish it. You might have that inspiration to dive back in. So let's say that you did look at houses last year and decided it was too overwhelming. Maybe it's time right now.
Revisit that idea. Yeah. Okay, so talk about our air signs next, which is going to be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius.
Great. So you guys are going to be the connectors. Libra, the full moon in your side on April 1st is a pink moon. This is going to be a great time for like closing dates, signing contracts. It's a time to find balance in your partnerships. So work with people around you, whether that's family or a lover, to try and make these dreams come true. But you're going to need the connections of a real estate agent, a loan officer, and whomever else you're buying the house with to kind of see this dream
Yeah.
through.
Okay, finally, let's talk about our water signs. That's Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces.
So you guys are going to be the soul searchers and have the most luck when it comes to finding a property right now. Scorpios, we are going into kind of the luckiest era of our life right now. And so it's a good time to kind of activate and jump on things that your gut tells you is really good for you. Lean on your intuition. The veil is very thin. Whether you believe in that or not, just lean on your intuition because it's gonna send you in the right direction.
Love that. So if I had to put a recap, I'm going to say stop overthinking this. Like, you give yourself a break. You don't need to be overthinking it. I would say, like, all manifestation, like, I don't get to manifest by sitting in a room and then just saying, like, I really want $1 million, and then I just wake up and I have it, right? That's not how manifestation works. It works by aligning yourself. Like, what you think about is what you talk about, what you talk about is what you bring about. So if I'm thinking about it and I'm talking about it, all of a sudden I'm doing it. So stop overthinking. What we need to be looking at is manifesting and aligning ourselves relationship wise with those connections, those key connections, maybe solidifying some of those motivations you have, putting it on paper, putting it in a text message, putting it in your conversations with people. And then come like retrograde end, and we're talking March 20th closes, March 21st opens. That's the time to act. That's the time to follow through with all these manifestations that you've been charging up your batteries for. And in the scope of the housing market, that means, like, putting yourself in those places where you're going to be taking those risks, good healthy risks, towards investing in your future when it comes to becoming a homeowner, maybe for the first time, or maybe making that first big investment that you've been wanting to do for a while.
If something hasn't taken place for you just yet, it's because something better is about to come along. So believe it. Make sure that you hit subscribe and follow us for more.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.